Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. If you are new to IFYL, you'll notice there's a QR code in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Just take your phone, point to that QR code, and that'll bounce you over to my link tree. If you have any trouble getting over there, just go to Believe, Believe, me, Achieve, ACHIEVE.com. That'll take you to my link tree with lots of great information to improve the quality of your life and those you care so much about. John's Daily National Day Video, JCM Academy, John C. Morley Serial Entrepreneur Channel, Inspirations for Your Life, which is this show, JCM Academy Business Coaching, Envision Networking, and so much more. So definitely check that out. And you know how we roll. Every single week, we start on a Saturday with a brand new master topic, and we roll right into a Friday, which is 7 days later, to wrap that topic up. And if you are coming back to us, well, welcome back, my friends, colleagues, and wonderful associate. Thank you so much for being here and choosing to watch IFYL and soak up all this great knowledge. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really appreciate that. And hopefully some of the newbies will become loyal, just like all of you have been. So let's get into that master topic, shall we? All right. It is How to Make It a Habit, series episode number 3. All right. So when we talk about habits, many people think a habit is something bad, but a habit is not bad. A habit is actually good in a lot of ways, but there are some bad habits, right? So how does a habit get formed? That's probably the question. If I ask you that question, how does a habit get formed? How? Well, according to a lot of psychologists, habits are nothing more than new behaviors that become automatic. And then we react with very little conscious awareness to those different situations that occur. So a habit is very vital in our life, okay? And when we do something and repeat that process over and over again, it becomes automatic or habitual. And so the thing about habit forming is that it's not quick. It can be oftentimes slow. So how do you form a habit? Well, habits start by changing a psychological pattern called a habit loop. And a routine consists of basically the trigger, the routine, and the reward. So how does that actually work? Again, the trigger, the routine, and the reward. So the trigger is what's going to get you to keep, basically looping the routine. The reward, you remember Pavlov's dog, right? And the way Pavlov had given the dog the meat or the bone, right? But first of all, he gave the dog the meat. The dog salivated, right? Then what he did was he noticed this. So he went back and he took the meat away, put it back. And then this time he gave the dog the meat and he rang the bell. Ate some more, rang the bell. Ate some more, rang the bell. He did this over and over again. Then he took the meat away. And then he just rang the bell. And the dog had developed an unconditional response to that bell, causing salvation to just happen. Now, if you keep doing that over and over again and nothing reinforces it, well, the habit's going to go away, right? So what happened in this case is when the bell was rung, it basically classically conditioned the person so that, well, in this case, the dog, to salivate. So it doesn't just work with people, right? It can work with animals. But habits are not things that happen overnight, right? A habit can take a very long time to form, and sometimes people can become overly frustrated with that, right? They can become overly frustrated. And by becoming overly frustrated, it makes a really, really big difference. And so, what does it mean? What does a habit mean to you and to other people? Well, a habit means that you're on autopilot. Have you ever maybe been in the car and maybe you were always going a certain way all the time? Maybe every day you would turn and you'd be going to work. And then maybe you were in the car with some family and you were on that road and you were, without even thinking, you made that right hand turn, like, oh, what am I doing? Oh, I thought I was going to work. And it was just like a natural reaction. So habits are good things because they help us to get into a great pattern. Because when you form a habit, it's like it's easier. It just sort of happens. Like I have the habit every day to do my plank exercises. If I don't do them, it's like, oh, I got to do them. Not because I have to, but because I want to. And that want to has become a have to in my nervous system, which is a really, really great thing. So habits. Let's talk about the type. What are the, let's say, what are the different types of habits? What are they? So if we think about the different types of habits, we'll understand that there's a mental habit, physical habit, emotional habit, motor habit, intellectual habit, and character building habits. There are 4 types of habits because all habits proceed through 4 stages in the same order: a cue, a craving, a response, and a reward. So a cue, or basically the trigger, the craving, the response, and the reward, right? There are productivity habits, there's physical habits, and then, like I said, there's mental habits. So 10 good habits that you can form: brushing your teeth twice a day, good dental hygiene, bathing every day, eating breakfast, washing your hands properly, drinking water, not soda, and regular physical activities, and reading every day, and family time. Another good habit that you could have in your life is to stay positive. Really important. Now, when you do this the first 1 or 2 times, your brain's be like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Like, what am I doing? And then you know what happens? Your brain's going to play along after you've done this for a long period of time. That's right. Your brain is going to play along. And by playing along, it just magically falls into this way, right? And this way is pretty interesting because what it does is it just causes you to go forward. And it's like you don't know how you got from point A to point B, but you got there, right? You got there. And when you got there, you notice that next time you did this, it's a lot easier to get there because it just sort of happened. It just sort of happened. Habits. Habits are pretty amazing things. They propel us forward to become a greater version of ourselves. Habits. Habits allow us to be consistent in life over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah. They cause that to happen over and over and over again. Did you know that? But how does that work? It's pretty interesting. It's interesting because we don't necessarily know why we have a habit, okay? But when a habit is formed, we don't realize it until the stimulus or the cue causes it to replay. Think of a DVD player, right? Or your MP3 player. When you press play, you watch the movie or you hear the sounds, right? What if something caused that to happen automatically, right? Like every time you looked at the computer, it would just start playing, right? Of course, that would be a different type of response, and it would be a response that is learned, and the computer would be looking for certain stimuli. Your body works the same exact way. It uses certain stimuli, and based on that stimuli, it says, hey, this is what we need to do. This is what we don't need to do. That's how it works every day, ladies and gentlemen. And it is amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. All right. Habits. What do you need to know about a habit? If I asked you a question, what do you need to know about a habit? Well, habits are our brain's way of making ourselves become more efficient. You see, our brain takes the actions each day and behaviors and puts them into habits. And when we do this automatically, without much thought, it frees up the brain power for much more important things. So our brain strategy works to help us. The challenge is that most people don't take the time to form habits, except for the ones that just get built without them even knowing. Like maybe you're learning how to row a boat and you don't know how to row, but you keep going and you keep rowing. And because of the muscle memory, you keep rowing. Now, I think that's pretty amazing, right? Really amazing. It just happens. So habits help us manage our mind, right? They help us manage our mind. A psychological benefit that a habit provides is structure. That's really, really key to understand about all habits. And habits can change. If a habit's not healthy, you could change it. But we'll talk more about that next week when we talk about how to break habits. But how does a habit change your brain? Simple. Habits are behaviors that are wired so intently into your brain that we just perform the actions without even thinking about them automatically. So you do something for a certain period of time, and then it becomes automatic. Or you're involved in a situation and then it becomes automatic, right? And we have these people with these bad habits on here, which we'll talk more about them next week. They send these superfluous nonsense comments because, unfortunately, they think that spamming a channel that puts out good content is ethical. But I have to tell you, it's not. And I really feel bad for these people at this mega company that they just don't seem to understand life. They just think that their comments are great. Really, they're crap. They think that they're all that when they're not anything. And it's not nice to say that, but I say that to people that find time to destroy great quality content. It's truth. Making something a habit makes our lives easier, makes us appreciate things, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been a privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be with you again this wonderful evening. I hope you'll like, love, and support my channel. And definitely, ladies and gentlemen, I would love you to comment below, tag your friends, colleagues, and associates, share this out with everyone you know on social media, and then be sure to go to my YouTube channel, John Space C Space MORLEY Space Serial Entrepreneur, and look for that key phrase, help keep our content free. And make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team a savory slice of watermelon, a fresh vanilla cone, or a nice, delicious cold beverage on a hot day. Either way, we'll be grateful with those pennies and dollars. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content ever to empower and fuel your life. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're enjoying the content. I hope you share it with your friends, and I hope that you use it every day because this information is powerful, but there's a lot here. So you need to make sure that you watch these nuggets until they become a habit that changes your life. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Take care, everyone.